Good morning, friends. This is a quick video about the second paper bag journal that I made. This is a bit bigger than the first one that I made. The first one, if you saw that video, here it is. That one is, let's see, approximately 5 by 3.5 inches wide when it's closed, and this one is approximately 10 by, whoops, I'm moving you all around, sorry about that, 10 by 6 3/4 when closed. I don't have you on my little thingy attached to the desk like I normally do because I'm getting ready to run some errands, but here they are, side by side for comparison. This was made with a little seed packet brown paper bag, and this was made with 2 of the medium-sized paper bags from, what's it called, Panera Bread. Yeah. Anyway, so to start off with, I made these by punching out some craft paper that I had from a pad. This one had, I used my circle punch to get a area that had a butterfly and one that had a bird, and then 2 other places on the craft paper that I liked. And then I sandwiched a piece of vintage fabric that I had in between the 2 that I cut out with my pinking shears. And then I put embossing powder on top of that, and I heated them up with my heat gun. And it probably didn't turn out the way it was supposed to, but I like the way it turned out. It's like a little bumpy and shiny. And then I put eyelets in there, and I had this necklace that I had gotten from somewhere. I just pick up old pieces of jewelry or old jars of jewelry, like mason jars of jewelry, for like $3 or $5 whenever I can find them, or bags of jewelry. And so I attached that to the eyelets, and then I attached a bunch of pieces of fabric and ribbons that I have in my stash that I get from thrift stores. And I think I got this one from Dollar Tree. I really like this one from Dollar Tree. So whenever I see one, and I usually only see like one at a time, so I grab it. But all of these other ones came from thrift stores. Or I did purchase a bunch of offcuts from Etsy. It was like a grab bag of offcuts for $5. It was a whole pound of ribbons. And I'm pretty sure these 2 came from it. Although, no, because it was pinks. So these didn't come from it. But I'm pretty sure this one did. But they were like pink polka dots and pink pigs and really beautiful florals and just all kinds. But it was $5. I'm pretty sure I got that package the same day that I ordered it, y'all. But I attached this to a bulb clip, a ball pen, and put an eyelet in there. And I covered this with some paper I got from a paper pad of butterflies. And the way I attached it was I put in some wax thread into the spine, and I sewed on a button. I probably should have sewn the button on and then covered it, but I don't think it looks bad. And then I sewed this nice button on and just wrap it around there a couple times. And I think that looks nice. I guess I have a piece of yellow pink grosgrain ribbon that I was thinking of using. It's about a third this width, and I could change it out if I feel like it. We'll see. I also have blue that width, and we'll see. So today, as I was trying to finish this up, I was going to, sorry about my bad camera work, guys. I was going to put a double layer of lace right here. And I have this blue lace that I was going to use. It's kind of a little bit of a ruffle. But I got it for, I think, $1 from the thrift store. And it's on this big, old roll. Let me see if I can find it. Ignore my room, guys. My craft room is also in my bedroom. Yeah. I got it on this big old roll. So I'm pretty sure it's vintage. And I just thought, yeah, it was $1 for all of this. I thought this was two different types of lace. But it's one, let me see if I can get it. It's one panel of lace, which I was like, dang, that's awesome. So this morning I decided to put a like a side pocket right here, and in there I put a writing board that I had made a while ago. This is a napkin that I had decoupaged on here. So I really like the way that turned out. And on the spine where I had done the binding of the journal pages, I put a piece of lace. And this is where the wax string is coming out. But I really like the way this turned out. And this green, it looks like a file folder, but it's really just part of that paper pack. I think it's Mariposa, but it's not the more famous Mariposa. I forget what brand it is. I'll let you know if anyone's interested. Although there really weren't a lot of pattern papers, there were a lot of plain pages, in my opinion. So we go to the inside. I left this plain, and this is the back inside cover, and I did some pockets here, and I put in tags and journaling cards. I didn't get too fancy. To me, I haven't really made lookbook type journals. I'm more into like journaling journals and journals where you can keep your schedules on, that type of thing. But this one, it's magnetic, and you open it up, and I figure this is light enough. You can journal here. And if you can hear that, it snaps back. Ooh, I think that's cool. And this is just a little heart that I use to cut out. And you pull this out, and it's another journaling spot. And I just put a couple of stamps on there and inked around the edges to make it interesting. And I also, I'll leave that. But the background here, I don't know if you can see, but this was one of those plain pages in the book, and I just did some inking on it. Inking like stamping, a little bit of inking, and I also used some, what are they called? The pastels, the chalk pastels on them. Here's the front. I made a decoupaged an envelope with a napkin. I think I got both of these napkins from the Dollar Tree at one point or another. And in the pocket here, I have a little postcard that I think was it was actually a part of a page in another pack of cardstock, a pad that I have. And I made this out of one of the pieces of paper in the pad that I covered this journal in. And I put one of these pretty pieces of lace in the top. But as you can see here, this was a plain piece of paper from the cardstock pad that I used, and I just used some blues and greens and pink chalk pastels and gave it a little depth, and also inked the edges and came in a little bit around the edges. I used, what's it called, Vintage Photo, and came in on the paper, and I used walnut stain in the oxides on the edges. And if you look kind of close, you can see the green lines from the Panera Bread. That doesn't bother me at all. I like that you can see that it was made from reused material. And I used the same stamps, the same 3 stamps. I used these 2 and a B stamp to kind of show like continuity. And I made, I guess you would call this a tip-in pocket. I don't know. And I just used some of the offcuts for some more journaling spots. And I also figured this is light enough that you can journal in these areas as well, and up here. And that's what I made this board for. So you can put the board here to journal on. And this is just a vintage card, which I think is cool. I have my glasses on, but I can't even tell if that's upside down or not. Just some tickets that you can also put a little reminder on. Another journaling spot. I mean, not a journaling spot, vintage ticket. This is just something that was given to me in a swap. A little piece of paper I thought looked pretty in here. And this is just a little type of envelope I made out of one of these pieces of paper here. This didn't come from this pack. I just used colors I thought were pretty and complemented it. And I used one of these pretty rose gold paper clips with the heart on it. And lined it in some coffee dyed paper I made. And I plan on putting some stickers in here and clipping them into the heart, but that way they can also journal in here. Or I might even close it up. I'm not sure about that yet. But just put some stickers and some die cuts in here so they can decorate it if they want to. And this is it's an art game card, the Impressionist art game card. I like to pick up vintage cards and game cards and like quiz cards. And this actually came in a box, but I thought these were cool. I especially love the Impressionist area. Anyway, this is getting long and I don't want it to be long. I'm just going to whiz through the papers. This is just a piece of cardstock that I had dyed, and I got a little carried away with stamping, but I still like it. I just put a mixture of papers together. I used a little bit of those chalk pastels and tattered, I think it's called tattered lipstick, and the vintage photo, because these spaces were white. This is a paper that I had printed out a long time ago from my digital, and my printer's not working, so I can't print digitals anymore. And I could probably get it working, but I love digitals. Like, who wouldn't want this as a background page? I mean, I'm sure there are people who wouldn't want it, but I think it's lovely. But I don't know. So I printed, I stamped a little bee and a little butterfly on the corner of each page in the first half of the signature. And this is tracing paper. Otherwise, it's papers that I either coffee dyed or Kool-Aid dyed, or let's see. This is one from a pretty paper stack that I have. And then this is the middle of the signature. I did some of that stamping. I just used the script all throughout here, and I used the vintage photos so they could really do some journaling if they wanted to, or they could do art or whatever they want to. And this is a little bit thicker of a paper from a card stack, a paper stack. And then on the first half, I did the stamping up in the top corner of a butterfly, and on the second half I did a hummingbird on the lower corner, but I still did the bee up here. Alright, so that's about all I've got. This is my second paper bag journal. I think it turned out pretty cool. It's not as sturdy as the little one. It does do a little bit of bending, but I still think it's got I tried to reinforce as much of it as I can. I might go back and put some lace on this front edge to help reinforce that a little bit, or some fabric, just because I like to have the parts that open up a lot to be reinforced. I might even do something as simple as putting some washi tape here and reinforce it with art glitter glue or something. But anyway, that's all I have for now. I guess I'll have to go enter my bob pins in the bob pin things events tab, and my napkins and the napkin events tabs. So you guys have a wonderful day, and happy crafting, friends.